You watching this right now is a huge moment for us. I'm just like cheesing thinking about it right now. It's like, it's a huge milestone. It's so cool.
What's up, guys? Welcome to our channel, or welcome back to our channel. My name is Taylor.
And I'm Jeff.
My name is G. If you're new here, we have been together since high school. We've been together for 12 years. I just turned 30. I just turned 29. So it's been a really, really cool journey.
And we wanted to take a minute and we realized that we haven't talked a lot about what our goal or our purpose or our mission is with this channel, and really our mission together as a couple in our own lives. Before we dive into what our actual mission is, I want to kind of go back and tell a little bit of a couple
where we started.
Small stories about where we started and why this mission is what it is to us. And I think with a little bit of the background information on us, our mission and our purpose with this channel is going to make a lot more sense to you guys. And we haven't done a great job of sharing where we come from or why this means so much to us in the first place.
A good place to start with, like, not only our mission as a couple, but as individuals, and why we even wanted to get started into helping people. We work in the fitness industry, so a lot of times I get asked, like, how did you even know that that's what you wanted to do? And I can remember from a very young age, I lived in a trailer, and you know, we came from a very small town in Oklahoma. You know, biscuits and gravy, home cooked food, fried potatoes, 2 liters of pop. Like that was a normal everyday thing. My first exposure to health and fitness specifically, and what got me really interested in learning more about that, was when I was like 8 years old with my mom, and you know, she struggled with being overweight, and I saw how that really led to her being unhappy in her confidence, her self-esteem, self-worth, her relationships, and obviously that bled into not only her marriage, but also her ability to like live a fulfilling life in general, with you know, wanting to do the things that she wanted to go do, having the confidence to go after the career that she wanted to do. When you see someone that you love and care about struggle with that one particular thing, that really bleeds into every aspect of their life. And as we were sitting there watching the show The Biggest Loser, I would see how these trainers help these people with their health and fitness, which gave them confidence, gave them self-belief, self-worth. And I saw how that bled in on the shows with their careers, their relationships, their families, and really every area of their life. So my love and goal with health and fitness really has always been so much more than just getting fit. It's really about helping someone create that self-belief and have that confidence that creates better relationships, better opportunities.
For me, it started with I don't know. It's a really weird story, I guess. So I started working out just at a local. We had a little volunteer fire department, and I had a couple of dumbbells and some old barbells and steel plates and not a whole lot of equipment. But my older brother and I just started working out there every now and then I kind of just fell in love with that process of pushing myself, and I realized that through exercising and through working out, I was like kind of like peeling back layers of myself and realizing like that I enjoyed to be pushed, I enjoyed to work hard, I liked those things, and that helped me transition from I would say a mindset of someone who was just very go with the flow and didn't really have any large goals or really didn't have a lot of desire to do much with my life. As I got into exercising, it opened up a different door for me and made me realize that I have a lot more potential than I really do, which ties into Tay's point of like my mindset got better, my relationships got better, I became a better individual because I started pushing myself and finding ways to, it sounds weird, but make my life a little bit harder so that it made me better, and I think that's what I love about exercise. But I think through that process, I want to say 15 or 16 around that time. And over the years, following that, 17, 18, 19, 20, going into college and having roommates, one of the things I noticed was that everywhere that I started to go, I stayed involved with exercising. And because it was something I was so passionate about, I loved it. It made me feel good. I was really committed to that process of, again,
you loved learning?
Yeah, pushing myself, trying new things, getting better. And I saw a lot of results with it over those 3-4 years. A lot of the friends, roommates, things like that I had, they started asking me to go to the gym with them. And, at that point, I didn't really know what I was doing other than just doing what I did for myself to get myself results. That's the point where I started to fall in love with helping other people. I realized that if I can do this for me and it made me feel this way, then what if I share that with someone I care about, one of my friends? What if I can help them feel this feeling that I get from exercising and pushing myself? And that's really where the real passion for exercise and nutrition and fitness came along is because I started not only getting to experience it for myself, but I started getting to see my friends and family and things like that get involved with this and watch their life prosper and grow and get better. And I was hooked. I was like, wow, this is what it's about. But it wasn't just the physical piece. Like that's where as I get older, I've transitioned and realized that I love helping people exercise and get a better body, feel more confident in their body, whatever it may be. The part that I'm really passionate about is the development of the mindset and having something that is, that you're chasing a purpose, if you would. And that's really, as again, we've developed this channel, as we've grown as adults, like I'm 30 years old now. There's so much more to fitness and exercise than just like how you look. And that is really what we're most excited about. I think I can speak for both of us when it comes to like this channel. What we're wanting to do is, take what we've learned over the last decade plus and help spread that information, spread those resources, and implement those things into daily life for everyone else to start to feel how we've been able to feel and help other people feel and really chase something bigger than yourself.
So something you'll notice also about this channel is it's not just health and fitness. We don't just constantly teach those couple of things. We also, through our 20s, discovered so much more about helping with mindset and communication and all these other aspects to really help someone become truly the best version of themselves. Yeah. But then we've also faced a lot of hardships and, limiting beliefs when it comes to careers and just life in general. And, we've experienced a lot of setbacks and tragedies and all these different things. So our mission has become so much bigger just because we loved health and fitness. We genuinely had no idea of where to get started. So when we're talking about transitioning from we kind of hit on that we started dating in high school. So when we went from high school to college and just trying to figure out life, during that time, my parents were going through a divorce. Neither one of us grew up with a lot of money. Like we really started from ground zero. And we were so grateful to have the people in our life that would help out where they could. But we genuinely, when I say that our phones got shut off. We sometimes did not know how the heck we were going to eat. We had, I think for a little while we made pancakes because that's a really cheap thing.
Yeah.
I think we made pancakes for like 2 months straight.
Yeah.
And bologna sandwiches because that's all we could afford.
Yeah.
And so when we're talking about like where we started, just because you have like a desire for something, a couple of things. It's going to be way harder than you think getting started. You're not going to have a lot of people believe in you. And it doesn't mean like people didn't believe in us. It's just
right.
like if you haven't done anything.
Yeah,
and
we didn't give them a reason to believe in us yet.
Right. And then you're going to have to do things for a very long time before becoming successful. When we're talking about these times, this was when we were between like 18 and 22 probably. We've always like worked and trained and did stuff for free and just tried to consume as much information as possible and just, of course, figure out the normal young adult things like how to pay taxes, how the heck to pay bills, we got our phone shut off, now let's go set up our phones. Like, we didn't know what to do.
Learning about credit the hard way. Like,
oh, gosh.
My freaking Jeep was, like, trying to get repossessed and, it was just, we went through so much hardship with that, like, just learning life along the way.
And so we both actually dropped out of college because we genuinely wanted to find a way to make the fitness thing work. And we certainly could have finished, but what we decided to do is, okay, let's go figure out life. Let's go get jobs to support, so we can eat and pay our bills. During that time, let's just work as much as we can, any free time that we have. So we had, in that time, we had stayed with friends. When I say we had negative dollars in the bank, we literally had nothing. For my job, luckily and this is where we're saying we're very thankful for the people we had. My friends gave me clothes, like hand-me-down clothes, so I could have nice clothes to wear to work. And during that time, we finally got our first apartment, but we've always had roommates because we could never afford to live on our own. I got told no so many times. I applied to every gym within a 1 hour radius, every single gym, but I didn't have experience. So it's like I needed a job to get experience. I needed experience to get a job. And so I kept trying over and over and over. And at this point, this is over a year of getting told no, time after time after time. but I was bound and determined to do it. So I got my personal training certification, posted it on Facebook, and the coach from my old high school actually ran a local boot camp. And so he said that I could help teach the local boot camp. And keep in mind, talking in front of people was so terrifying to me, and I had no training. I did not know how to coach people. I did not know how to coach a group setting, and I was terrified. I've never wanted to talk in front of people like loudly, and someone in that setting, like, you're gonna have to do that. So I ended up waking up at 4 a.m. to drive an hour to go teach this boot camp. I was so scared to do it, but I forced myself to do it because we needed the extra money. I needed the experience, and the only way to get better is to just do it. And so that's exactly what I did. And I would go teach the morning class, and then I would either post on social media and work in my car, or I would go train myself. And then I would drive 30 minutes to go work my full-time job at a bank. And I did that from like 8 to 5, and then, or 8 to 6 sometimes. And then I would go train people locally at a gym. And if I didn't train in the morning, I would train in the afternoon. And then I would drive 30 minutes back to teach the evening boot camp, and then an hour home, and I would get home at 10 p.m. So I hardly made any money doing this, and I probably lost it all on gas money, but I knew that this was providing me opportunities. It developed the skill. By the time I did it for a couple of months, I had no problems, teaching group classes. And so we, at this point, were still struggling with money. We still didn't we were working probably 3 jobs a piece through all these different areas trying to make something work. And then we buy our first house, which was $50,000. And we were so excited about it.
Yeah, we were.
And
it was a huge step for us, just again thinking about like the last 3-4 years before that, like to be able to even say that we were able to buy a house, like whether it was $500,000 or $50,000, didn't matter to us. Like we were gonna have our own place to be able to stay and not have to pay rent. Like we had a mortgage, but it was for us. So that was a huge step for us.
And that was when we were around 22, I think, because it was right around the time we got married. So this was about 6 years ago at this point.
During that time, like it was a really hard struggle. We didn't have a lot of money. Like we didn't have anything extra, but we were still able to find ways to stay consistent with what we were passionate about, regardless of how negative our bank account was or how it looked like we were never going to get out of this. We never gave up on what we cared about and what we were passionate about, what we felt like our purpose was. That
is one of the things that we're so passionate about outside of health and fitness, of the not giving up. And to keep chasing your purpose and to be passionate about what you're doing. If it's little things, everyone has something different. Yeah. And so
you don't have to be passionate about fitness and nutrition to get support from this community. I think that, something that, we've both grown to recognize a lot more is, there are people all around us that are passionate about things in their own way. And that passion is one of the key elements that are going to help you with this. It's not passionate about fitness. It's just maybe you're passionate about being the best parent. Maybe you're passionate about being the best husband or the best wife. You're passionate about being the best coworker or whatever it is. Yeah. But you have a drive and a passion to want to be better at something. Like I think that's very critical.
And life is so short. I've always had this mentality, and I don't understand how I developed it so young. But I have always thought, you only get one life. Why not do something that you love? Why not chase things that you love? And a lot of people will be like, well, it's because it's not easy, or I have this, or I have that. And I always see, find joy in your situation, find joy in the little moments in life, really reflect on what's truly important, and then figure it out. That's what that's something that, Jeff's always said is we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We always have.
And we always have.
Every situation we've been in, no matter how much or how little money we have or whatever's going on, the only option is to figure it out. You quit, which would never even occur to us, or you figure it out. So it's that's the way I look at things is there's no other option of quitting. It's just, okay, whatever situation you're in, you'll figure it out.
It was actually crazy because as soon as things seemed like after all of this hard work and years and years and years of pursuing this, I actually had a really big setback, and got let go because they didn't need a group trainer at the gym that I was training at anymore. So it felt as if all these opportunities were finally moving in the right direction. And then the world just slapped me in the face, right? Yeah. And it was ripped away. And at this point, I'd already gone part-time at the job that I was doing to keep that income, going. So I was like, well, I don't want to go back full time. This feels like I'm going backwards. And this might be something that you've experienced. And what I really try to focus on, and something that we always want to help people through, is when you face those moments of adversity, and you feel like you've put all of this time and effort, and then something just shifts. I genuinely think that that's a big turning point where you have to decide, do I want to keep moving forward or do I want to quit? And quitting is truly never an option, especially if it's something that that you truly want to do. And so at this time, I decided I'm not going to go backwards. I'm going to figure out a way to make this work. And we were actually looking at opening a gym and like figuring out what can we do? Now this has opened up more time that we can do something else. And again, figure it out. And just about that time that we made that decision to keep moving forward, we got a phone call. And that phone call, we didn't even apply.
Yeah.
And that phone call was, hey, would you both like to come work at First Form full time? So within 3 weeks of that phone call, we actually left our house, left all the broken furniture, left everything behind, packed up what we could fit in our cars and our dogs, and we drove up to St. Louis, which is where we're at now, and the careers that we have now. And we slept on the floor for the first 3 nights because we just didn't have anything.
We still didn't have money. We had enough money to survive. We were in a better position, but put it this way, we didn't have enough money to go to a Walmart and buy a mattress or anything like that. Not even an air mattress. We just literally laid down, some extra blankets and
just slept on the floor with
slept
our
on the floor
dogs.
with the pups.
We had never flown on a plane, and we had never taken a vacation. And in the last few years, we've gotten to travel the world. We've traveled all over the U.S. and we've traveled outside of the U.S. and we've gotten to meet all of
Amazing
our
people.
idols and amazing people, and we've gotten to experience so many things. We've learned so much,
Gosh, yeah.
and it's all because we didn't give up. And that is why we want to spend our time giving back.
Yep.
We want to encourage people and empower people and help people along their journey, along your journey, wherever you are inside of it, whether you are just starting out and you have absolutely nothing, or maybe you've had a big setback and now you're debating on, is this actually for me? If you've switched gears, if you've just only hoped for this, or if you're just wanting to level up, we don't have everything figured out, but anything that we do have that we can give you to help you, that is why we want to spend our free time doing this. We don't make any money from YouTube or social media or anything like that. We just genuinely love helping others because we believe that you are so much more capable to live the life that you want to live. And we see so many people give up.
I think it's also an obligation. I personally, I think you're the same way. I feel extremely obligated to just pour support into people, no matter where you're at. You may be on day 0 of your journey and haven't even decided yet, but if you have a conversation with me, I'm gonna find things about you that I'm like, all right, cool. Well, you have this going for you, and because you have that, I think that you can do this. Because it's people did that for us the entire way. We had nothing. We had no resumes, nothing to say that we were going to be able to, see any type of slight success or growth in the fitness and nutrition industry. But there are still people that gave us a chance and, trusted us and supported us and, looked out for us along the way. And now it's after a decade plus of that, biggest thing for me is I want to give that back. I want to help you guys learn the lessons that we've learned along the way, whatever it is, and just, create a community of people that are just, they want to see each other win. We're not trying to shoot anybody down. We're not trying to, win over someone else. It's all about there's enough winning out here. There's enough success. There's enough dreams to chase for all of us. You don't need to, cut someone down to, just so you can accomplish your dream.
Well, obviously that is just a glimpse of the last 12 years of our life and a little bit of background on why we want to do this. And really, we want to take you along the journey because we have a lot more to learn. We have a lot more to grow. We have different phases of life that, we'll be diving into. And so this community isn't just for you, but it's also for us.
Absolutely.
And we know that, just like you said, finding people that align with the same mission and having that purpose and community really pushes you and keeps you going. What we did is we actually spent time writing out a mission statement for this community, for this channel, and for what really we want to do in life.
Yeah.
So
And I want to take a second just to like really hit on how big this is for us, because like to like for us to sit down and have this mission statement, and you guys, you know, the guys and girls here that are going to watch this, like I just want to let you know like how much we appreciate that, because this is something huge to us. Like we don't see this as just, you know, hey, this is something little that we're going to do. Just like the whole story before, you know, that we just talked about. That's why we wanted to like lead into with some background of who we are and what we've gotten through so far, because we're not going to quit. Like our goal is to create this community and change lives, you know, for the rest of our life, and to share stories and to have you guys overcome things and be able to share stories through this community as well to empower more people. So, you know, you watching this right now and hearing this mission statement, like this is a huge moment for us. And, you know, we cannot thank you enough for all the support. Cause like, I'm just like cheesing thinking about it right now. It's like, it's a huge milestone. It's so cool. Our mission is to empower people to chase and live their most fulfilling lives. We believe that everyone has a potential to live a truly fulfilling life, and we are committed to creating a supportive community that fosters growth, learning, and positive change. We aim to inspire, educate, and empower people to live with purpose, passion, and joy.
I love it. The summarized version is to empower people to live with purpose, passion, and joy. Purpose comes first because you have to decide what your purpose is. Maybe it's to become the best version for your family. Maybe it's to make a bigger impact on other people. Maybe it's to be a leader in your organization.
Maybe it's to show up just for yourself right now.
Exactly. And so figuring out what that purpose is going to come first, and then executing on a daily basis.
Daily basis.
Executing on a daily basis with passion, showing up when you don't feel like it, building the discipline, doing things the right way and not the shortcut way. And then lastly, just like we mentioned, life is going to get hard. You're going to face hardships, and it's not always going to be perfect, but looking within and finding that joy and focusing on what's truly important and creating that mindset of gratitude. And
I think just knowing that you're doing something that's bigger than just yourself, you're impacting the people around you. What you're doing today is, you know, helping people. It's helping yourself. It's creating an impact around you, and that there's an internal sense of joy that comes with that. Just a good feeling of, okay, I'm making the world a better place.
Through whatever's going on in our life, we want to talk about it, and we want to bring you guys along. And sometimes we're going to be having fun. Sometimes we're going to be helping you through something or empowering you through something, hopefully. And, you know, of course, learning from you guys too.
Yeah.
You have helped us so much through your suggestions in the comments or from messaging us, and your purpose will evolve as you evolve, and that's okay. Our goal from doing these videos and sharing our life and helping hopefully empower you to go do these things will be a ripple effect, and then you will be that impact on your family and friends. You will be that impact potentially on thousands of people. Maybe you start a YouTube channel or, you know, just share what you're doing on social media, and then you reach more people than we can ever reach alone. And our goal is to have that abundant mentality and create and foster a supportive community to all help each other, because what we've learned is, you know, everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a voice. Everybody's story matters, because you could be potentially the reason why somebody else doesn't quit, or you could be the reason that helps somebody else through a hard time and teaches them something maybe you learned on this channel. And to me, that ripple effect is so powerful.
Our goals now and our mission is really irrelevant without you guys, because like we are completely invested in pouring more into ourselves so that it ripples off to one of you, and one of you starts pouring into yourself, and that ripple effect, you know, translates into a coworker or a family member, and it's just one person at a time. And I think the key to that too is don't feel it's not 0 to 100. You don't go all in all of a sudden. It's small changes, it's small things. How can you leave this video today and start taking action on this journey to go be a better version of yourself? It can literally be something as simple as smiling more at people. I know it sounds cliche, but if you haven't done this, next time you see someone in the grocery store, or you're talking to your cashier, or you see your cashier, like instead of just going through the line and not saying anything, like just say hello to them, ask them how their day is, and smile.
It's just thinking of that big picture and thinking of, okay, not just watching us live our life, it's empowering you to actually go take action on your life and know that you matter. And that is truly the most fulfilling thing for us. And I mean, what I've always said is if this helps one person, it's worth it. And that would be our goal for you after this video is, how can you make an impact on somebody else's life? Because what that's going to do is you're going to naturally figure out, you're going to find your purpose in helping others, whether it be you figuring out what you like to do, what you're good at, how can you add value to somebody else's life, and then turn that into a passion project, and then figure out like ways to find joy in your situation, to keep showing up, keep putting in that work. And we want to give a little bit of backstory on us, where we came from, why we're doing this, and where we want to go. And again, we can't do this alone. We just appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. We value your time, and we try to keep this as short and sweet as possible, but I'm a talker and I absolutely love
both ramblers.
Yeah. If you got any value out of it, all that we ask is that you share it with someone else so that they can be a part of the community. We want to continue to build this to as many people as possible to hopefully help more people and create that ripple effect. So that is our only ask, is that, you know, you can share this with somebody else. And if there's any specific thing that you would like us to talk about a little bit more, or cover what has been working for us, let us know in the comments, and we would definitely love to make a video about it. Anything that we can do to add value to what you're doing and your mission, we absolutely love. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.
Nailed it. See the bunny?
Oh yeah, the dogs would go nuts. Neat.
Neat. There's a cardinal on the fence right there.
Hello, Cardinal.
Actual mission is.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Sorry, go ahead. I just got excited because I was going to say the exact same thing.
Really?
Yeah, verbatim.
Oh, nice.
Verbatim.
All right.
All right,
Cool.
go ahead.
Makes me feel good.